everyone, welcome back to Lubelska Dolina for episode 26 in the adventures of Feldkorb. Good morning everyone. It is now day 6 in late spring, and we finished up after the last episode. We just started day 5. We pretty much spent the rest of the day, well, the first part of the day was sorting out the that little garden thing, the community area that we had, and the rest of the day we spent doing a lot of contracts. And when I say a lot of contracts, I mean a lot of contracts. Between the three of us, I think it was me, Yannick and Clara, we got quite a few done. And as you probably saw in the beginning video, there was a little bit of just general doing of contract stuff. But yeah, it was mostly fertilising. We're pretty much fertilising the entire map at this point. And we're just popping the grass style wide tyres on there, because today is going to be an interesting day. First off, we are going to head down to the store, because there's a few odds and ends that we've got that we are actually going to be selling, because we're going to be upgrading some stuff. In fact, before we actually start there, let's get a bunch of these contracts collected and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. We basically managed to crack through a solid 18 odd contracts, so let's cash all them in. Okay, and we've still got 3 sewing ones left, and there's still a lot of fertilising left to do. Some of it we'll do, some of it we won't. It just largely depends on the value and stuff. But yeah, plenty of contracts left to do there. There's a couple that we may pick up sooner rather than later, specifically Field 17 is one of them, and potentially 21 as well. They're a little bit further out, but they are some of these big ones up here near the farm. So what I'm thinking, and that's one of the things we are going to do today, let's have a look. Oh wow, we are up to 135 grand, that is perfect. So, first order of business is mowing. Because we are also going to be buying a grass field today. Now, I know we're supposed to be saving our money, but this will actually help. It's a good idea. Trust me, I'm just like a doctor. Something like that, anyway. Yeah, now we are essentially looking at one of the grass fields down by the biogas plant, because it's how much is it now? I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. It's about 50 grand, give or take a little bit. Which way am I going? I'm going this way. I'm going the wrong way is what I'm doing. Yeah, it's basically about 50 grand, which isn't terrible. Unlike the view out the back of this Lindner, that is quite terrible. But yeah. Yeah, what we are going to do is we'll check on it in just a second on the map here. Let's get this attached. Lovely. And we're just going to raise it, but Let's do that. Back out. Oh god, that's even worse than the other side. There was not a good amount of viewing out the back of this thing, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. Now the chickens are doing good. So yeah, let's check on the map quick. Now the one we're looking at is this one down here, field 120. So if we look at that, that is, it's 52 grand. Because there's a couple around here that we were looking at. We got 63 for 44 grand, 62, that's 70 grand, that's a bit bigger, it's 0.89 hectares. Those two are pretty good, expected yield potential as well. It's both 108, 109. This one, and that one 63, that's half a hectare basically. Field 120 down here is 0.83 hectares. It is only 52 grand. So it's 6 grand, well, 7 grand, 8 grand-ish more than that field there, but we get a fair amount extra. And it's actually cheaper than this one. It's almost the same size as field 62, but it's like 20 grand less. And it's got a better yield potential, which is really interesting. And it's already got grass in it as well. In fact, we may well have sown that at some point. But yeah, so we're looking to get that. And we're also looking to upgrade our mowing equipment, like I said. So we're going to run down the shop with this first. And we're basically doing a sort of like-for-like swap, as it were. We're still keeping the SIP brand, but they managed to source us some new ones. And I need to get that tractor back to the farm at some point as well. Because at the moment it's just sitting there. They probably don't want it there for too much longer. So, oops, I forgot to lower that. There we go. And spin around and drop this big, long back one off there as well. Yeah, that's the thing with this one. You have to fold it sideways to lower it. Otherwise it doesn't like it. And it doesn't like it if you don't have it selected either. So, oops, now that one we want on. This one we want off. Lovely. Okay, so let's get this out of here. And sell those two. See how much we get for them. So that is 3 and a bit grand, that's not bad. And this one, oh, we're definitely going to repair that. That doesn't help a great deal, but and we get 1 and a bit grand for that, so a good 4.5 grand. And the ones we are going to buy are, if I go into the right place here, scroll all the way to the end, because that's essentially where they're at. Shouldn't take too long. Ah, here we go. Yes, we've got the SIP front disc here. The it's 3. Both of these are 3 meters, but it's a little jiggly there. Not quite sure why. But we're buying that new, so that's good. And we are also buying the 3 meter disc 300 Alp one as well. So we're going to get that for 8 grand. So it was a bit of a net loss there, but it was worth it, because we are going to have 2 very nice new mowers that will potentially work a bit better. Let's hitch this one up, connect all the things to it, raise it up. Oh, that's nice. It almost looks like it's got a fixed height thing on there, and then it raises and lowers itself off its own frame. That's kind of cool. Let's see about this one. Very snazzy. Fold that one. Is that going to fold it up any further than it currently is? Fold. Ooh, nice. That was what I was hoping it was going to do. That is going to make things much easier. Unfortunately, when we try and do it, it wants to lower it, but can I drop it off like that? No, I need to unfold it to drop it. That's awkward. Okay, what is it trying to do? Is it connecting this one? There we go. Yeah, it got hooked up on the wrong thing. But anyway, so that's going to make transportation much nicer because it's not a massive thing hanging off the back now. So that's good. So we are going to get to the help menu and zip on back to the house and grab the next thing. Now, let's see, what was the... I'm just trying to think how much of this we are going to need to leave out. Because now there is a nice 3 metre one. I should check. I forgot to check the width on our... what's it? Back. I should have checked this before. But it doesn't actually say how wide the pickup is. I'm hoping it's going to be 3 metres. It should be, but you never know. We'll hope for the best. Oh dear. Now giving that a bit of a push out of the way. Not quite as expected, but there you go. Okay, so let's sneak around the back here. If I can, I'll climb over the back of the thing. Lovely, that's that off. Hopefully that's not going to skittle around like the other ones were. But we've got that now, so that's good. This we are just going to not drive into there to get. We'll pop this just over here for now. We'll be back for that in a little while. There we go. And next is, if I can remember where I left it. I have to find it now. It is our little roller thing that we got the last time. I'm going to put it around here somewhere. Ah yes, there it is. Now, you might be thinking, well, you only just bought that, Felden. Why are you selling it so soon? Well, there's a reason. Because we are going to upgrade it. Now, this one I want to say is what, like 3 and a bit meters, and it doesn't have a fold capability or anything like that. I mean, it's not bad, but we can get better, and we've found a better one, and we're just going to bite the bullet and go for it. I probably should have had a weight with this thing as well, because the front end's just a bit on the light side. Yeah. A little bit skiddy there. So, drop this off. Get out of the way. In fact, we'll just pull straight forwards, and we'll take that back to the farm in a little bit as well. So, yeah, let's sell this. Off you go. No, don't customize it. Sell it. Repair it. Sell. So we got 2 and a bit grand back for that. And the one we are going for is... we're in the right place. It's a Euromaz one. And it's this one right here. It's basically still a Cambridge roller, but it works a tad bit quicker than the other one we've got, and it's 6.2 meters. So we are going to purchase that. And what that is going to allow us to do... Where did it, oh, of course it put it the other side, didn't it? Yeah, I figures. That is going to allow us to fertilise some much bigger fields in a more natural way. And I forgot the drawbar, didn't I? Okay, let's pull out from there. Get the old drawbar out of the back here. Come on. There we go. Lovely. Oh, and the cable as well. Hook that up. And now we should be able to connect this. Yes. It doesn't seem to want to connect the cables, but they should be working anyway, or with any luck. I assume it will let us unfold it. Yes, it is. Okay, splendid. So, this is going to be very useful for us, I think. And what we are going to do before we spend the rest of our money is we're going to buy this field here. So, let's bite the bullet, punch it, and we've got it. So, that means we're now back down to 51 grand, and we are going to head down to the the field now and give it a quick fertilise. I mean, I think it's ready to harvest now, at least like it's 60% grown, but we're going to see if we can fertilise it with this quick, and then go down and give it a quick mow and get some stuff into the silage pit, one of the silage pits for the biogas plant, because we do need to start giving them some product before it gets too late. And I am hoping too that we'll pick up some baling contracts later on as well, get a few bales. So this is also, particularly with the mowers, a little bit of future proofing for us, because we'll be able to get them done a lot quicker then. But yeah, so I shall see you at that field shortly, and we'll give this fertiliser thing a try. Okay, here we are down at the field. Now that took a little bit longer than anticipated, because I got here, was getting set up to use the new Euromez roller thing that we've got, and it suddenly occurred to me that we hadn't scanned the field. And when I did scan the field, I discovered that the lime was terrible, and the nitrogen is equally as terrible. Literally, this field had zero, well, it still has 0 nitrogen, and it had the worst possible pH value on it. So we called Clara, and she ran down with the new big tractor, the 17221, I think it is, that HTZ one, or whatever it's called. She came down with that and the soil sampler, and did some soil samples for us. We whizzed back up, got the lime, came back and limed it all, and now we're going to use the old fertiliser on it. Or not fertiliser, rather the Cambridge roller, and sort of roll this lime in and see what it does. Now if I remember right with this thing, it unfolds itself and lowers straight down to the ground as part of the unfolding process. There we go. So it should now start fertilising. Let's turn the thing on here, and yes, it's going to properly work all that stuff in and get this grass back up to where it needs to be, which is perfect. We'll just roll back over there and catch that little corner spot, because we want this field to be as productive as possible. Did I miss it again? I did. Let's try it one last time. Unless it's just one of those weird edge of field bits that doesn't. Okay, maybe it's just not going to, and that's okay. So let's get on with this. Give it a nice run up the side here. And lovely, we are going at 13 miles an hour. That's not half bad. And this is coming up nice. You can see in the bottom left corner there on our interesting colour scheme, we're going from like brown to grey, I guess. Sort of aqua grey, I don't know. It's changing colour at least. That's a good thing. And as you can tell from the scale just on the bottom left of the mini-map, it's going from the worst colour to the best colour, and that's what we like to see. Okay, there we go. So we'll do a quick run around the top, and we'll get the up and downs done. So let's see. And you know, this actually isn't taking too long. I know it's kind of a small field, all things considered, but what I'm hoping this is... oh dear, it's gone a bit wrong. As you can see, I don't drive this thing very well. I probably should turn off all-wheel steer. See if that helps. There we go. Okay, oh I see. I know why it's not clearing that up, because technically the precision farming counted it as being done anyway, because it was close enough, so that's fine. Lovely. This is jolly nice. And this is actually a really... did I didn't turn it off, did I? Okay, there we go. That's turned it off now. You know, this is actually really nice. This is going to be very helpful on some of those bigger fields. I think what we'll do is send one of the family off with it later on to maybe knock out a couple of those fields that are up near the farm. Those big log ones like 17 and 21. If we can, one of these days we'll probably buy one or two of those, because they're in a good position, good spot for us, near enough to where we are. That's going to be a long time in the future, though. That may even be something for them to look into after we've got them back on their feet. But certainly they'll need a new harvester at that point as well, no doubt, because those fields are going to be possibly a bit much for the little rostal mesh that we have right now. But that's all future plans. We've still got to get them settled back in and get everything cleared up from the debt, as it were. And we're doing pretty good on that. Game plan is working out quite well as well. We're very happy with all this, and I'm hoping this field is going to give us a good yield as well. So that should be good. It was like what, 125% yield. Okay, let's see if we can turn the all-wheel steering back on. There we go. That's better. Now we can swing it around, do these little ups and downs quite easily. But oh, hello. Going at 26 miles an hour down here. Well, that's not bad. I wonder if that's a curiosity of the Unitrack, or if that is possibly just the way this thing operates. Obviously going uphill, it's a pretty steep hill actually. Going uphill, we're going as fast as it can, trying to drag this thing, but downhill, well, I don't know, I like that. I think that could be very useful. Now I'm curious if the workers are going to go that fast. Because if they are, well, that's brilliant, that is. Okay, let's try and do a quick circle around here. There we go, that ought to do it. And get these little bits done. Just do a quick loop around the tree. Try not to ruin anything. There we go. Lovely. Oh, I'm liking this roller. This was one I hadn't tried out before, and I think this has been a very good investment, because we can certainly get that working on some contracts at some point. Definitely. Yeah, and especially on, like I say, on the fields that we're looking at buying, we can certainly use this to really get us ahead in the game and get the things done that we need. Okay, so there's still a little bit around this this pipe. I wonder if we can actually get that removed at some point, possibly. Maybe. I'll have to think about that. I mean, it's not really too big of a bother there. Okay, well that's that done, so let's fold this up now. Back onto the wheels. Lovely. And pick up our lime dispenser. And yeah, well that worked out quite well, that did, didn't it? Okay, let's just half that on quick and let's have a quick check of the old field information. Yep, we are looking perfect on the grass here. Lovely. And if we check this, interestingly none of this has changed, but that might just be precision farming and seasons being a bit odd, or it hasn't updated itself properly yet. Who knows? But according to the field information, it's looking good. That's all that matters. So we shall hop in this, return to the farm, grab our mower and the loading wagon back for this, and come back down and see what we can get off it for the old BGA there. And I think we've got, what was it we put in there last time? Like 36,000 litres, something like that. We'll have a look and see. I don't know why I keep changing camera angles there. See what we can get out of that field, and maybe even put a cover over what's in there, just compact it down a bit, and get something on the go, so we can have some money for the VGA. Alrighty, well I shall be back in just a minute with the rest of our equipment, if I can get back in one piece. Alright, as you just saw there from the Alexander cam, we have got him going on a contract there on field 17, so he is going to have fun with the new roller, giving that a nice bit of a check and getting us a bit of extra cash while we do this. So, onwards we go. Now, we'll do this most likely as a little time lapse once it's all started and going. But, ooh, that's an interesting sounding mower. Oh, look at the PTO shake. Oh, that's awesome. Boy, that thing's getting a bit of a whir on, isn't it? Okay, cool. Well, let's get started and see what happens. Okay, that's looking good. It's picking it all up, so it's at least whatever it's dropping is going into our pickup, so that's nice. Some of these pesky bushes should disappear as well, that's also fine. And we'll skirt around the edge a little bit and cut out some of the nonsense around the side there. But cool, lummy, we are already 2,000 litres in, and we've gone almost no distance at all. We've got like half a mowing width on the field and it's getting us that much grass. That is not bad at all. I think we're going to like this little field. I think that's going to turn out to be a properly good one. Okay, I need to turn that off quick. I could have just lifted it, but you know, never sure how these things go. Okay, let's turn it around, try not to drive too much on his field. And cut off around about where that tree was, so let's do that. Oh yeah, we've got the bush. Looks like we get the side of this track as well, that's fine. Well, I have a feeling we are going to be going back and forth to the old, whatchamacallit, quite a few times today. Let's just give that a lift. The BGA silo. Luckily for us, the BGA is pretty close, but yeah, this is going to be interesting. We may well have ourselves quite a lot of silage to, or not silage, chaff to get fermenting after this. Yeah, get rid of some of them little bushes, they're not too big of a deal to us. So yeah, well, I mean, we've barely got a headland around this thing yet, and we haven't even really been on the field, if I'm honest. We've just been scrubbing it along the outsides. Let's clean up, oh dear, let's get stuck in a tree, because that's clearly the way to go, isn't it? Yeah, that's a smart thing to do, that is. There we go, got out of the tree. Lovely. But yeah, this is interesting, I am liking this quite a lot. Let's see how much more of this little area. Oh, I didn't pick up that part. Let's get that part. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I reckon we could probably knock out some of those bushes, but I don't think we will. We will, however, just go down this way and get whatever we can off the track here. Okay, don't have access to that part of the field. That's obviously part of the other field there. Oh, and I got stuck on the other branch of the tree. Oh dear. This is not going well, isn't it? I seem to remember we had fun with the biogas plant once before, didn't we? Getting stuck on trees and bushes and things. Okay. Let's just back up and pick this up quick. Yeah, I think we'll just do a little bit on the field now. We don't want to fart around too much with the edges. No real need to. You know, I mean, if we get to a point where we've almost run out, then, you know, is that lowered? Oh, it is lowered, okay. That's weird, it looked like the back wasn't lowered. But yeah, we are gonna fill this up awfully quick. No, wrong one. Okay, let's turn that front bit off. And plus it's got the power to pull it, so that's handy. That is well nice, that is. Now, I suspect there's a little bit of grass I missed around here somewhere. And the worker needs to be refilled. That's curious because it shouldn't need to be filled at all. I have to go see what Alexander's done. Maybe he's just having a bit of an issue with it there. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. Yeah, almost at 1200 already. That is marvellous, that is. Okay, well, we are dilly-dallying just a wee bit here. I do apologise for that. Let's get this thing filled up, and we shall be on our way. Yeah, this thing's gonna fill up so quick. Okie dokie. Well, I shall zoom over, dump this in the forage bin thing. I can't remember what it's called. You know the thing. The silage clamp. That's the word I'm struggling to find. Yeah, offload this into the old silage clamperoo and go over and radio over to Alexander and see what his problem is over there. And yeah, as you can see, we got some here already. We'll just check that quick now. Yeah, 36,000. So we shall fill it up some more and see how we do. Alright, here we are now, loading or unloading our final load of grass. I sort of lost count about halfway through, but I think we did about 4, maybe 5 loads. So we'll have a look at the total count in just a minute. We did have a couple of minor issues with the what do you call them? Those rollers, that new roller that we purchased. Unfortunately, it was like it ran out of fertilizer, which I didn't think they were supposed to do because you don't actually put fertilizer in them. So we tried selling it. I think it's because it was running on a worker, basically, and like the worker turns it on and uses its internal resource, but when you use it yourself it doesn't do it. It might have been something like that, I'm not 100% sure, but for whatever reason it was causing issues, so we sold the Euromaz. We tried a Toro, I think it was one, basically the same problem. We ended up getting the Gürtler one, which is a 3-point link hitch, and Alexander is using that now and seems to be doing a lot better with it. So for now, let's have a look. Well, let's get off this first and have a look and see what we've got in here. We've got an odd number. That's interesting because we put full loads in here. Unless some has spilt out the back, possibly, or bled into the wall. But let's keep compacting it. But I mean, we've got 95,000, just under 96,000 litres. We had in to start with. What was it we had in? 36,000. So we've put in another just under 60,000 litres. That's quite a lot. And if I could maths in time, I could tell you exactly how many loads that was. But oh well. I think we are going to cover this though. I know it doesn't seem much for the size of the bunker that it is, but we've got a second bunker over there that we can use if we get to do the silage harvest on the corn before this one's emptied again. Or you never know, we might look at buying another cornfield as well and silaging that. Although we wouldn't be able to necessarily guarantee its organicness in that sense. Grass though, I'm not quite so sure. But anyway, well, that is now 100% done, so we shall hop off and give it a cover and call it good. Lovely. Blanketed. So that will be a nice tasty amount of silage for us when that's finished. So yeah, have a quick look at that field, see if we need to run over it again with the roller before we depart. And other than that, I think we are pretty good. It actually took a bit longer than I'd expected, that field. As small as it was, there was a lot of loads, so yeah, that's a good thing though. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Okay, let's hop out quick, check the old field information. Oh yeah, the nitrogen's plummeted again, so we'll get that roller down and give it a good roll when Alexander is free, or just tell him to come down once he's done with the contracts. That would work as well. So, with that all completed, I think we are back on to contracts for the day. So, I'm sure you don't want to see me doing more boring old contracts. Same contracts all over the place. It's mostly fertilising at the moment, and we've got a few seeding contracts as well, so that's not too bad. But yeah, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please give us a like and hit that subscribe button too if you haven't already. And comments are always welcome, and if you'd like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And above all, I hope you all enjoyed this, and thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you all next time, I hope. Cheerio.